Good afternoon, everybody. Let's wait several minutes to give everybody a chance to join our webinar. We will start our webinar in a minute. So let us start. My name is Konstantin Savergin. Good afternoon. I'm the Logistics Practice Director in Awara IT company. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who joined this webinar. I really hope that the topic I'm going to talk about will be interesting to all of you. Looking ahead, I will say that by optimizing WMS projects, in this case, I will mean how to correctly understand whether the implementation of WMS will be effective or no, and how effective it will be. And also what key indicators should be taken into consideration while calculating the return of investments. I must say that right away that I did not reinvent the wheel. Some things may seem simple and even maybe banal to you, but my goal was to maximize everything, to gather everything, all information about this topic, and to give you the picture how to calculate efficiency and return of investments. My team has done a lot of automation projects over the past 20 years, yes, 20. And our customers are constantly asking about the returning of the investments of these WMS projects, of efficiency, and so on. They're asking how quickly the project will pay off and whether it is worth starting such project or not. I hope that some information would be useful for you and that you will use it in your warehouse automation projects and your day-to-day work. So let's get started. By the way, during my speech, please, if you have any questions, write them to the chat or to the Q&A sections. There are buttons, chat and Q&A at the top of the Teams form that you have. So feel free to ask the questions. So let's start. First of all, some words about our company. Awara IT is an international system integrator. We automate key business processes and implement the most innovative solutions. Use world-class technologies, manage IT assets, help our customers switch to cloud technologies. We work also in a secure information environment. We work a wide range of software, from classic office products to large-scale international solutions such as ERP, WMS, TMS, EAM, and so on. We have in-depth knowledge of local implementations, specific helping customer to optimize their global business. As you can see, the geography of our offices is quite wide. We have how many it is 8 offices in different countries, but our project geography is much wider. As you can see, we have carried out and are carrying out projects in all continents. In addition to our offices in different countries, as I have said, we have many representatives, especially consultants, methodologists, project managers, developers, and not only in the countries, by the way, that we implement the projects, in other countries also. As I said, we work on all continents, maybe except Antarctica. So this slide shows some big names of our customers. Among them, there are international manufacturers, international distributors, retail chains, 3PL companies, and so on in different countries. Here we have more names. So you will get this presentation by email, and you will have a chance to look through. Maybe you will find some customer that is close to your business, and we can discuss our experience and help you somehow, not only in a logistic way, but in maybe in other tasks. So some words about our logistic practice. We have our WMS solution. It is based on D365 ERP system, Microsoft ERP system. We provide warehouse logistics consulting services, help in inventory management, and also help in warehouse equipment. Also, we implementing projects together with WMS, together with EMA, together with manufacturing. We implement transportation TMS systems, and we have a good experience in retail and WMS plus retail. These collaboration systems, we have experience of both of them. And we also work in innovations. We implement projects using robotics, AR technology, something like just in a start of this. We just begin to implement these solutions, but in robotics, using AMRs, grippers, and so on, we have such experience. So our outline for this webinar is following. I will tell you about, in the very beginning, I will tell you about levels of warehouse logistics. It will be like a start to our next and the main part for calculation of effectiveness for WMS implementation projects. Then I will share some KPIs that we developed and used in our projects, and we share this experience with our customers, and also you will get it in the presentations and maybe use in your work. And I will give in the final the overview of our WMS system that we can implement. So just for you to have a look of this functionality and just a quick view of this system. So let's start. Let's start with the maturity levels of warehouse logistics. The main goal of WMS implementation is to increase the level of warehouse, the maturity level of the warehouse in terms of processes and automation, and therefore increase efficiency and productivity. So there are usually 4, as you can see, levels of warehouse. The first level is situationality. It's always hard to say this word, but it means that the warehouse is operating manually and the processes are not clearly defined or regulated. Accordingly, the processes are very far from optimal, and very often there are problems with staff, balances, shipments, and so on. So these problems are often solved in the fit mode. So the second level is performance, when the processes are already established. They established and regulated. All employees understand how to work. There are clear instructions on how to work out non-standard situations, but we still work manually. Without deep automation, the warehouse is not managed by any automated system. So when we implement WMS, we receive the third level, advanced. And the WMS system fully manages processes and uses optimization algorithms. Productivity and efficiency are significantly increased here. And therefore, the total cost of warehouse logistics are minimized. This is exactly the purpose of implementing WMS at the warehouse. And often, most of the companies stops at this level. However, this is not the limit. There is a possibility of further optimization, and the transition to the fourth level, as we can see, collaboration. And it means that at this level, in addition to all achievements that exist at the advanced level, the most important point here is the close interaction of the WMS and TMS and ERP systems. In this case, we have the opportunity to receive information from these systems in advance. For example, to receive information from the ERP, information about potential sales of specific products, or about the growth or decrease in production volumes. A minute. I received already some questions, but I will discuss them. I will answer in the very end of the webinar. So the same applies to the interaction with the TMS based on data on transport accessibility, routes, and so on. So, and here we can see the main warehouse indicators on average for all projects that we have taken from our experience and the experience of implementations of other WMS systems that we can find on the internet, and some also when we make audits of our customers that have implemented other ERP systems, so as we provide logistic consulting. So now let's move on for efficiency calculations, the main part of our webinar. And first of all, let's talk about the main approach for this calculation. The main approach that we use in calculating efficiency, which, by the way, applicable not only for WMS projects, you can use it anywhere. So it is to provide the most detailed and reliable picture for decision makers. Namely, to use as many indicators as possible, even if some of them don't seem to have much impact on the overall result, consider them anyway. Perhaps many of these indicators will have a significant cumulative effect. And also, the more detailed calculation model we have, the more reliable it looks. Also, in the calculation, for example, I try to consider the pessimistic assessment of the indicators. This way, we get less criticism during the defense of the model, and plus, also we can always talk about the possibility of additional efficiency in the event of a positive scenario. So the return of investments should be calculated most often for 3-5 years. And it is, I advise not to exceed the full return of investments more than 3 years. For warehouse logistics projects, because otherwise the project looks very questionable. So we need to think about if the ROI is more than 3 years, to think about these projects. Maybe we should not do it. And also, do not forget to use global financial indicators, such as you can see, inflation of the certain country, exchange rates, cost of funds per year, and so on. So in your final model, please use this, and if it is possible, use global performance indicators considering industry specific and specific country. I mean, the performance of the warehouse, the shipment performance for the industry, and so on. So please consider also this like a standard performance indicator. And before proceeding to the calculation of potential effects, it is necessary to take into consideration the costs that we will have during the projects. So the costs are divided into two parts. Initial costs, we need to perform initial cost calculation, and the annual costs, as we calculate return of investments for 3-4 years, you should take 5 years these costs, annual costs. So all of them in the list: WMS licenses, consulting services. In the list there is no, I didn't find the point, but it should be here, your salary for the staff that will be involved in the WMS projects. So additional equipment that you should buy for this implementation: mobile scanners, specific printers, thermal printers, maybe something else. Wi-Fi costs, installation costs, and service for this costs. If we reinvent processes and we need to re-equip the warehouse, you need to consider the equipment, new equipment for these processes: shelves, racks, proper floor, maybe some repairs should be done, gates, maybe some IoT things, such as maybe to measure the temperature if you use frozen areas and so on, conveyor belts, and not we can. This list could be much more with such things like grippers, such things like AMRs and so on. So also additional equipment, something for transferring goods and pallets, forklifts, stackers, trolleys, pump trucks, and so on. And for annual costs, consumables, labels, if you use RFID tags, packaging consumers, and all this stuff. So before proceeding to calculation of the main task before calculating potential effects is to deeply analyze your current processes and estimate time costs in as detailed way as it is possible. All the steps of the processes, including using the system and also administrating tasks, should be analyzed and measured by time. We need to understand the cost of each, not only each operation, also each step of operation. In this table, you can see an example of our project. It is a manufacturing project for milk manufacturing. And here you can see steps of some processes, time spent, optimized time. Optimize means that after inventing new processes, we plan this optimization of time. And you can see time savings, and it gives us how much time our staff spend for each step. So it means how many person we need at the warehouse, what equipment should we have, and so on. So it is extremely necessary to have projected time costs for the main processes considering the changes. So it's basic. If it is not possible, you will need to analyze somehow. So you will need to have a proper model. So let's go through the main optimization points that we need to consider in our calculation model. So first of all, it is staff optimization. So we need to calculation of staff time. So to understand what time is saved with similar workloads before and after implementation. We convert this time into financial indicators and understand how we will save on salary. We need to not to target on dismissals, but maybe on the redistributions of tasks of the staff. And not only the warehouse staff should be analyzed, but also related services, because logistic transport services, maybe sales, that the people that are involved in the warehouse processes also. Of course, it is the best to exclude this stuff in the warehouse processes, but in our experience, it is usually happens that this stuff is involved in warehouse processes. And for staff, we need to understand the ability how to use the same stuff in the increasing turnover scenario, and how to save on additional staff, not to hire more personals, but using WMS system, using optimized processes to with the same staff to increase the turnover, to fulfill the processes in increasing turnover scenario. The second point is equipment. As I also already mentioned, we calculated all the processes. We calculated the time of the processes. We need to have the model to understand the fuel consumption, maintenance and repair and service life of our equipment, of our loaders. And so we need to understand these operating costs and plan the optimizing of these costs in the future after WMS implementation. Also, some savings on purchasing additional equipment to ensure turnover growth or to ensure the high season growth and so on. So maybe to save some money for rent this equipment, not to rent them in the high season and so on. So WMS system will give us a chance not to use additional equipment. And the third point here, mainly for the manufacturer companies, but maybe it will be suitable for the distributors and retail companies. So the transportation costs for the delivery of raw materials, equipment to the workshops, and the changing of processes to consolidated deliveries, minimizing urgent deliveries, and to use inventory management closer to the place of the consumption. So it will help us to calculate the cost of one route and forecasting decrease the number of routes. So we need to understand this picture, and maybe we will save some costs also here. Another point is inventory optimization. We can work with liquids that are unclaimed goods, and if we have lots of them for now, and we need somehow to forecast the minimization of these unclaimed goods and to save some money here, and to look in for 3-5 years and maybe these changes of unclaimed goods will give us a big saving in the whole project. We need to consider selling these unclaimed goods. If for our customers, also always it helps WMS system. I mean, to understand the clear picture of unclaimed goods, and to understand in the proper time when we can sell these unclaimed goods, and to work with them, and not to use space in the warehouse for them, and so on. And the third point is reduction of losses from write-offs. Write-offs because of expiration dates, certificates, endings, damage due to violation of storage conditions, and so on. So we need to look at this point also, and to understand how we will minimize write-offs, and to include this into our future model. And also to reduce losses related to violations of FIFO and FIFO strategy during shipments. The next point is warehouse capacity. We need to calculate the cost per 1 square meter of warehouse space, and forecast the minimization of usage in percentage. It could happen because of different strategies, different changes in processes, and so on. To use dynamic storage, to use dimensions of goods and cells, additional equipment such as gravity, auto store, shuttles, and so on. So lots of things can help to decrease the warehouse usage, and it will save also maybe a big part of the whole cost of warehouse logistics. And we need to think about how to use the same areas that we have while we meet with the increasing and turnovers, and so on. So maybe to use in the model the floor space savings. This point also for production mostly. At these points are about losses related to delays during repairs and during replenishments of the productions. And here we can have lots of losses and the costs for them, and we need to use these minimizations of these losses in our model. Need to understand how much money do we spend due to repair delays because our equipment stopped producing, and we lost money, and the same losses for production activity due to not proper replenishments, due to delays, lack of some quantities while replenishment, and so on. Another point, I called it difficult to measure indicators, but for some customers we use them while calculating the return of investments, the efficiency. Let's go one by one. The increase of the customer service level, it will somehow result the proper way, new service level. I mean that we will provide our warehouse more rapid shipments, exact time of shipments, and so on. And we need to transfer this service level increasing into some benefits, money benefits. Most of B2B companies meet with penalties and savings on these penalties during shipments, during transportation, will save our costs and be a result of our projects. This is a mistake. Savings on reducing not refunds but returns to decrease these returns that happened due to some not proper logistic operations at the warehouse, so to save some money there. Saving on speed of all the processes, savings on additional costs that happen at the warehouse, maybe due to also returns or some other in some other way. I mean, repackaging, additional picking costs, additional transportation costs, and so on. And also we can provide some new services for our customers, especially for B2B, so maybe QR codes and proper information on our goods that will be on our products or on our pallets that we will label and take these labels from very quickly and with the detailed information from our WMS system. We can provide online stock balances, product availability statuses of our goods and statuses of the orders, and so on. So these difficult to measure indicators should be also taken into consideration while preparing the model. And as I said before, to use industry-specific indicators, most of them can be found in the internet, in different reports on that are free for everybody. And also we share with our customers what we found about their industry-specific tasks and so on. So it is like average inventory level optimization and percentage of turnover, the productivity growth and staff optimization, all these indicators based on before and after WMS implementation. The percentage of total salary cost savings, indicators for warehouse space, and average return of investments and for implementation projects. And this point is very specific to the certain WMS system because it costs different. As we can say, we have very cheap in the market solutions that will help somehow, maybe return some investments, but will not help in the in 3-5 year perspective. And we have very expensive solutions that will cost us much money, and the return of investment would be more than 3 years. So we need to think about, we need to find some proper solutions in not cheap, but not very expensive, as for everything. So here's an example of efficiency calculations. It's the final calculation. We don't have this any calculation that we made to get this percentages and parameters, financial parameters. This is real project in UK, the warehouse, and we calculated not only warehouse process optimization and equipment optimization, but also we look through the motivation and payment system. By the way, I did not tell you about this point while I was talking about staff optimization. But this is also a good point to optimize the motivation and the payment system to pay proper, to save. We can save some money and to save, to increase the productivity of our staff, to optimize this motivation payment system and to get proper data from the WMS system. So some savings in British pounds are shown there. This is a real project. I hope it was interesting, that the picture that I have explained for you about what to use, what to consider during this calculation model. We don't have lots of time. We can go deep. We can explain to you how to calculate it in parameters using mathematical methods and so on. Please appeal to us, write to us, and we can speak directly and discuss your task personally. Also, I included in this webinar main KPIs that I use at the warehouse measurement. So they are divided into processes or categories. The main warehouse processes such as receive, put away, picking, shipment, and so on. And the KPIs are mostly divided into efficiency, accuracy, productivity, and the quality and duration. And some descriptions here to how to calculate this. This is not the formula for it, but to just in a formal way to understand what should be calculated and how. Of course, you need to have your certain KPIs for your certain warehouse, for your processes, but this is the main approach, I would say, for getting this information, and it is very useful. It is useful before starting WMS projects to understand these KPIs, and very useful after WMS implementation. We need not only to get the model for understanding whether to start project or not, but also to understand how it works every day, every month, every year, and to correct, maybe to change some processes, to change the functionality of the system, the algorithm, and so on. And this could be done only as a result of analyzing the KPIs from using the data from the WMS system. So I will not go through each of them. You will get this in presentation. This is the main part. Of course, for your certain project, for your certain task, we can develop the most suitable KPI that will be useful for you and for your processes and for analytics. As I said before, we just have 15 minutes left. 5 minutes, let's talk about our solution, WMS solutions based on Microsoft Dynamics 365. We implement projects. We not only provide logistics consulting, but we prepare our customers for the future implementation. We prepare the detailed requirements. We prepare detailed plan, costs, return of investments. Of course, what I was talking about right now, and we propose to implement our solution. It's a really good solution from my point of view. We have an experience for more than 20 years with Microsoft Dynamics. Previously it's called Axapta. For now it's Microsoft Dynamics 365. Lots of projects we've done on this version of system, and this is the last system. No more versions. It's a project evergreen for Microsoft. No more new versions. Just use the 365, especially as a cloud solution. And as for logistics, 365 includes transportation management and warehouse management. And it gives the cumulative effect when you have these all two parts in one system and can analyze, can use this. As I was talking before about collaboration level of warehouse. And this is an example. We can use Dynamics 365 as an ERP system, as a warehouse management system, and also as a transportation management. For TMS, by the way, we do not use it for calculating routes because it is a special task. We integrate with some local solutions. But for main management of transportation, for understanding our routes, our costs, to look through the statuses of our deliveries, so we can use this solution also inside the D365. So these are the effects. Most of them I was talking about before. What should be achieved after WMS implementation to reduce human factor, to increase speed, to minimize any problems with the operations, to minimize delays, and so on and so on. And in our solution, we have ready-made business processes for warehouse management. We have here very, very flexible customization. In addition to the settings, lots of settings that could be done in the system out of box without any customization, without any development. So it means that we have a very, very strong standard functionality, lots of different solutions, and we also prepared and developed the technologies for fast and, for example, for fast and accurate picking using pick by line, pick by voice, pick by light integration with the robotic technologies. We have inside the D365 the functionality to increase staff efficiency, motivation, KPIs, and so on, and of course, to work about 100% utilization of our warehouse capacity. This is the main functionality. Of course, we can describe this in a more detailed way to present the system for you if you decide to look through it. And please feel free to call us, to email us if you have the task for implementing, if you are thinking about WMS projects and so on. So please feel free. We will give you all information. We will provide demo for the system and so on. So you will get the clearest picture of what our solution can do and how it will help you to increase the efficiency of your warehouse logistics. And in the end, our proposal for you, for your companies, we propose to provide execution of warehouse audit to understand your current problems, It will take about 3 working days with looking through your processes for analyze the problems and so on. And we will prepare the preliminary plan, what changes should be done, how to optimize the warehouse processes. You can use it whether you will work with us with implementing WMS or not. You can just use it in your day-to-day work. And we can provide you WMS implementation project requirements that you can use while selecting WMS system for you. So only the limitations were our system, our solution, not the cheapest one. So mainly we do not work with the warehouse less than 3,000 square meters. But maybe if you have very specific processes, very specific products, we can avoid this limitation. And please appeal for this proposal till the end of the June. So that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about this, about the calculation of efficiency. Roy, I hope it was helpful for you. Let me look through the questions if we have. Yes. Do you have a system that detects duplicate items in inventory like MDR? Yes, we have MDM system. Maybe you're asking about this. We can speak about this. It's not the topic for this webinar, I think, but we will come back to you with our solution for this, and maybe somehow we will help you. I will add also one question. This is not the first time I'm speaking about this program, and the main question always was, do you use any mathematical algorithm, do you need use any system, and so on. So the answer here for calculating the return of investments, and I would say that we use 3 ways of how to prepare this return of investments model. The first and the rapid one is using our experience, basing on everything what I've said, but to somehow forecast, maybe also using global indicators for the market, and forecast using the efficiency growth for most of the points that I mentioned during this webinar. Forecast them to just using experience. This is the most rapid and the simple way, just to get the quick picture whether we need to think about this project or it's not the time for it. The second approach is we use our model using Excel spreadsheets, different calculations there, forecasting models. We input data from our customers, the data of turnovers, of staff costs, of using current equipment, and so on, what I was talking about just right now. And this using Excel spreadsheet calculations gives us the answer and the model for this return of investment task. And after that, we present this in a proper way. We tell the decision makers what should be done and what what they can expect after WMS implementations. And the third approach is mostly it is for big warehouses, for robotic warehouses. We need to use a special system to model the future processes, to model how the warehouse will work, if it will be enough space, if it will be enough staff for the future 3-5 years, if it will be enough equipment, and to create this model, we use the special solution Anyway. Anyway solutions. It is on the market, and we also have special guys in our company that can prepare this model using Anyway, and this system will give us the detailed information and will advise us what to do with our warehouse, with our staff, where and at what steps of the processes will have problems, and we need to add some additional stuff, additional space, additional technologies there to resolve these problems. So we use special solutions to model the future warehouse, how it will be after WMS, how it will work after not only WMS implementation, or maybe after implementing robotic technologies or some other solutions. So I think we can at the end. I hope it was useful for you. Please feel free to write us. Thank you very much for joining our webinar. See you later. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye.